together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother Tim in just a little bit. But we do have a decent-sized card today. I've already attacked a decent amount of the NHL. I've already moved on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in the NHL already. And we also have 6 games in the NBA as well. But before we get to today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting. And yesterday was, the definition of meh. At the end of everything here, I finished 0.00 units. I went 6-4, but the bigger bets lost. Some of the smaller bets won. And that's the way it happens sometimes. And it was a exact break-even day for me. College basketball went 1-1, down 0.13 units. Southern Jaguars -4 get the job done. They win by 11 there. Bucknell lose in overtime against Lehigh. They just completely fell apart in that overtime and just didn't look good. And they scored 4 points in the overtime, and that's never going to get the job done there. So 1-1 there. Hockey went 1-3. It was kind of frustrating. Calgary Flames +130. Did not have Igor shut out, part of my bingo card last night. Kraken +115. Decor didn't play bad. Just the offense couldn't get anything going. They lose 3-1 to the Devils. They're back in action tonight. We're against the Kraken tonight, so we'll get into that in a little bit. Vegas Golden Knights -1 was frustrating. They score a goal early in the game. They're dominating the early first period. Then within within less than 2 minutes, they have 3 penalties called against them. And then bam, it was 2-1 Wild. And I knew the Vegas Golden Knights were screwed once that happened. So it was frustrating there. My only winner of the NHL was the Flyers -1, which was never in doubt. They trailed 1-0. They trailed 2-1. They trailed 3-2. They won 5-3. The Philadelphia Flyers are the perfect example of they needed the break. And I think one of the teams I bet today as well was one of the examples of they needed the break. Also, the new coaching bump as well. So there's a little hint on another play I'm on as well. And then what saved my day was NBA going 4-0. Granted, there was 2 plays, spread and money line, but Chicago Bulls +4, Chicago Bulls +150. They come through. They beat the Hawks last night, and the Rockets +4, +145. That got a lot sweatier at the end than I was anticipating. When at one point they were up, I think 10 points, and then they got foul shots at the end of the game. I think it was, which they ended up making them, and that was all she wrote on that game. So. For once, the NBA was the reason why I didn't have a miserable day, because if it was just NHL, it would not have been a good day. But overall, 6-4, 0.00 units. In February, we're still positive. In the month of February, we're 52, 51, and 1, up 0.082 units. So in February, we're up. Overall, we're still down on the year. And that's just because January had a rough end to it overall. But it is what it is. We will keep on going here. I've already moved on 5 plays in the NHL. Have not moved on anything in the NBA. I usually wait till showtime anyway to do that. There was a couple of spots I'm kind of looking at in the NBA to get involved with. So we'll go from there. But we will head over to the chat. And then we will get into today's card. On my way home, and please stop. I actually bet they're -1. So let's not do that. I get it. You're trying to be funny with your Sabres, but stop. It's annoying. But we have the Colorado Avalanche. They're taking on the Washington Capitals. This is one of those games that I do have my eye on betting, and I wanted to talk it out a little bit before pulling the trigger on this one here. I think this was also one that I was kind of looking towards the goaltenders in this one, or looking for a specific goaltender in this game. But I think I'll be okay with either. More and more I look at it, because I punched it in for the lesser of the two goaltenders, and it still shows value on the side. Let's get into it here. Let's get up the line history in the spot. Line history. This is need to switch over to the hockey, and then we will be able to get into it here between the Colorado Avalanche and the Washington Capitals, as we have this taking forever to load. There we go. Let's take a look at the line history here, where the Avalanche opened up at 165. It's up to a 167. So we've had a 2-cent line movement towards Colorado here on BetOnline. Line opened up at a 6.5, and it went down to a 6. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards a 2-cent move towards the Avalanche here in this one. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have let's take a look. There we go. Where we have 60% of tickets and 84% of cash is on the Avalanche money line. Lines move slightly towards them. Those big bets are coming in on the puck line here for the Capitals. 40% of the tickets, 96% of the cash on the puck line. 1,900 tickets in. 45% of the tickets, 80% of the cash on the under, which explains the line move towards said under there in this game. I have this game projected at 6.001 goals, so I thought that 6 was spot on. I didn't think it should be a 6 to begin with, or 6.5 to begin with. And one thing that kind of caught my eye is the way that this Washington Capitals team has been playing. Defensively, they've not been great. Now, or offensively, they've not been great. They've only produced 3 expected goals in 3 of their last 7 games. On the flip side, defensively, they've been actually pretty good. Looking at it here, they've been limiting opportunities for their opponents. They only gave up 2.02 expected goals against the Bruins, 2.17 against the Canucks, 2.17 against the Bruins. That was a back-to-back. Now, the one thing that's kind of really making me a little bit nervous on this game is the fact that the Avalanche have lost 3 or 4 in a row now, and this would be the 3rd game in 4 days for the Washington Capitals. However, the Capitals have been good on back-to-backs this year, and these two teams did play a few weeks ago as well in Colorado, and the Avalanche won 6-2, so they got dominated in that game. Washington coming in off that overtime loss. Coming back from the break has kind of been a struggle for them, but I expect better from the Washington Capitals a little bit. I still don't think they're a playoff team. But on the flip side, am I looking to lay $1.70 on a road with a team that's lost 4 games in a row? The answer is an easy no on that one. And they do head to Tampa Bay on the 15th. So on Thursday, they'll be in Tampa Bay on the last game of the road trip there. I'm interested in the Washington Capitals here at this plus price tag, looking to bet against Colorado on the road. And I said this when we backed Florida in the last game against Colorado. It's simple. I'm looking to back Colorado at home and fade them on the road type of thing here. This is I believe, a sub 500 team on the road this year. 12-16 on the money line on the road this year. And the Capitals, if they played good in one spot, and now granted it's 13-13 on the money line, 13-8-5. So they're 5 games over NHL 500 at home. The lines just moved towards the Capitals a little bit too on my book. It just went from a 150 to a 145. I'm going to move on Washington in this game. Washington plus 145 in this spot. I think I see some value here with the Capitals being a home dog in this spot. So I'm going to go ahead, grab some Washington plus 145 when they take on the Avalanche here tonight. Let's see. My guys, the twin brothers. What's good, Jose Sierra? Avs money line and Kings money line parlay. Why? Are you just trying to completely fade, or Tar Heels over Syracuse? Yeah. I'm not going to be betting that game, but I don't really want to fade Syracuse at home after the last time these two teams played. It was a 30-point game. So Stacks pod is Florida State plus the 5.5. Good luck, just in there. Avs goalies haven't been good while the Capitals have been playing better. The only thing is Avalanche more shots on target than Capitals and leaning over 6.5. I can see that. If it, in Charlie Lindgren stats, Avs going to pour it in. I would actually prefer Lindgren over Kemper, but I think either or is fine for this game. Hughes plus 7.5. Yep, I knew you liked that there. Kings -1, Avs -1, Blues money line. I'm on two of those. We'll get into that Kings spot there in just a second, but I am on the Blues as well. I love the Blues as a dog today. They're my dog of the day, honestly. But we'll move on here. We have the LA Kings and the Buffalo Sabres. So cue the Kings are free money jokes from Tim because he's a Sabres fan. He just wants to jinx it. But let's take a look here. The line history opened up at a 135 for the Kings. It's up to a 144 now. So the line's moved towards the Kings in this spot. Line opened up at a -110 for the over 6. It's now a -115 for the over 6. A 5-cent line movement towards the over and a decent line movement here towards the Kings as well. We have 83% of the tickets, 63% of the cash on the Kings. The line has moved towards them now. 59% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the over in this game, and it's moved slightly towards the over here as well. I have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Cam Talbot as your two projected goaltenders. It wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to Rittich. Rittich coming in off of a nice little shutout win against Edmonton there, the first game under the new head coach. And originally, I was going to look towards backing the Sabres in this game, but I flipped in this game just because one thing that I will do, and this is more of a system play than anything else, this is not who's playing, what teams are playing. It's with the new coach, with the new coaching change, you back a team until they lose is type of the way I go with this. Because generally after the coaching change, you see a bump in their play. We saw this with the Kings against the Oilers. They shut them out. And you kind of have to throw away the Kings numbers with Todd McClellan a little bit there and look at what they're going to do under their new head coach here. And I took the Kings -1 at plus 112. This is a system play for me. This is not an X's no. This is not a numbers play for me. It's just a system play that you back a team under a new head coach until they lose. So I'm on the Kings -1 at plus 112 in this game. In this buy, it's not a value play. It's just a system play for me. So Kings -1 here at plus 112 for me. Let's see. Well, Vegas was a loser. Yeah. Over 6. Yep. I can see that. Here we go. Tim trying to be stupid. No. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen has been above average. Yes, we know they beat the Oilers. Cool. Wasn't a good day yesterday? No, it wasn't. For Joe Kryptonite, it was yo, yo, yo. 2-0 NBA Bulls money line, Spurs money line. I was on the Bulls as well. That was nice there. Spurs, that was an absolutely dominating win. And that one there. We'll keep on moving on, though. This one was an interesting one because I had full intentions of backing the Senators in this game, looking at their numbers, looking at what they've been doing lately. Not at -180, though. Let's get into it. The Ottawa Senators -180. Total of 7 in this game, and I get it. They've been playing better as of late. I've hopped off the fade the Sens train. I haven't been on the fade the Sens train for a little bit now. Line opened up at a 170. It's up to a 180. So the line moved towards the Senators in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5, juiced at -133. It's now a 7. So we have a 7 here in this spot. We have 89% of the tickets and 96% of the cash on the over, 2,400 tickets in. We have 75% of the tickets are on the money line for the Senators, 75% of the tickets, 32% of the cash on the puck line for the Senators. So money's coming in on tickets or money are coming in on the Sens. Line's moving towards the Sens here in this spot. I wanted to back the Sens. If you look at their advanced numbers, they've been really, really good as of late. The only problem is Korpisalo has still been terrible. And it's tough to trust Korpisalo against an average goaltender in Merzlikins. And at $1.80, I have absolutely no interest in trying to lay this type of number with the 28th best team in the league. when you look at points wise. And I have this game projected for them to be around a 160. So if anything, I see slight value with the Blue Jackets. Am I making a move on this game? No, because if anything, I'm playing in the under 7 in this game. The line's gone from a 6.5 to a 7, but I need to take a look at when totals are 7, they go under most of the time, and I would only look towards the under 7 in this game, which is minus 125. Not particularly a game I need to get involved with. The Blue Jackets and the Senators. We have a toss up here between the 1-800 Gambler game of the day. It's either this one or the next one we'll talk about between Montreal and Anaheim. So definitely interesting there how we have two really bad matchups, two incredibly beautiful bum fights. And am I laying $1.80 with them? No, that's not going to happen. Let's see. Under Rangers Flames. There you go. Lost with the VGK under. Yeah. Senators puck line. Yeah, I wanted to back the Senators, just not the price that they were. Hard under for Montreal Ducks. We'll get into that game next. A lot of upsets, over 6.5. Taking the ducking. Yeah, I can look toward maybe Anaheim in that game. We'll get into it here. Sens win and pass Sabres in the standings. Embrace the tank. You're annoying. You froze. Never mind. Yeah. Sam, we're looking for sports bettors here, not fanboys. But we'll get into the next matchup here. Montreal Canadiens, $1.35, total 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have this line opened up at 140 for Montreal. It's down to a 126. So we've had a line move towards a big move towards the Anaheim Ducks in this game. A lot of love here for Anaheim. Line opened up at a 6.5 at plus 102. It's a 6.5 at plus 107. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards Anaheim in this game here. And taking a look at the cash flow in this game to see if that line move makes sense, as we have 88% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the Ducks. Yeah, a little bit of a public road dog here. 2,700 tickets in. 62% of the tickets are on the under in this game as well. And I can get it. People not wanting to lay a price here with the Montreal Canadiens. I fully understand that. The Montreal Canadiens have not been a good team this year. That being said, I have this game priced around minus 150, minus 120 for the Canadiens, so I think this line's correct. I would lean towards an under in this game. I have this game projected for 5.87 goals, so would lean under in this spot here. Am I looking to get involved in this one? Not particularly. It's a bum fight, and I usually love betting bum fights, but these bum fights have no value on them. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This one does not. So no value here for me, no edge. I'm not going to be attacking this game. It's a pass. But I will have plays in the next 3 games in 4 out of 5. So we'll get into those. Lightning over Bruins. I disagree. Magic should dust OKC. We'll see. We will see. We'll keep on moving on here. The Toronto Maple Leafs are $2 favorites in this game, total 6.5 against the St. Louis Blues. Let's get into this one here, where we have the line history in this one. Where's Toronto? Toronto. There we go. This line opened up with the Maple Leafs as minus 190 favorites, and now it's minus 195. So we've had a move towards Toronto in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 at minus 106. It's now at 6.5 at minus 102. So we've had a move towards the under. And we've had a move towards the Maple Leafs in this game here. We have 60% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move towards the under, which is kind of interesting there. 2,300 tickets in. 55% of the tickets and 72% of the cash on the Maple Leafs money line. The lines move towards them there. 70% of the tickets are on the puck line. And I disagree with this money. I disagree with the cash in this one here. How are we laying this type of number? How are we laying this type of number with the Toronto Maple Leafs right now? Absolutely not. Give me the Blues at plus 170 in this game. I like the Blues as a dog in this spot. They've played well against the Toronto Maple Leafs in the past. And when you look at this St. Louis Blues team, one thing that we've really noticed from them is that number one, they've won 7 of their last 8 games. They're a playoff team. The St. Louis Blues are a playoff team right now. And they look really, really good. The only game they lost was the last game before the All-Star break against Columbus, 1-0. But previous to that, they had won 5 in a row, 3 in a row in overtime. So this is a Blues team that has been really good as of late, and they've been doing it as a dog in the dog role. They were slight favorites against Montreal, but they were plus 146 against Buffalo. They were plus 145 against the Kings. They were plus 156 against the Kraken. They were plus 209 against the Canucks. They were plus 145 against the Flames. They have won 5 road games in a row. The St. Louis Blues, a team that we're like, yeah, I want them as a dog at home at Enterprise. I want them a dog at home or on the road as well now. They're 13-13 on the money line, so the dog price makes sense there. But this is a Blues team that has won 5 road games in a row, and now they get to go into Toronto. And they're getting a nice price here. So I'm taking a shot with the St. Louis Blues in this game at plus 170. I think there's tons of value here. In this spot. So we're taking the Blues here. Money line plus 170 against the Blues. I like the Blues a lot here in this spot. Blues, green with a half court shot. Or is low key hooping again. Cool. I'm with you, but on the Blues, but plus 1.5. Fair. Goal in the first 5 minutes plus 175. Good luck. Magic have Knicks tomorrow. Look ahead spot for the Magic. Fair. And we'll get into the NBA after the NHL. Trust me, OKC gets beat. Yep. Maybe Pistons. All right. Lean Blues. There you go. Blues plus 1.5. Magic plus 112. Parlay. Blues plus 163 on my card. There you go. I like rocking with the Blues there. We'll move into the next matchup here. Keep it flowing here in this spot. The Boston Bruins are minus 155 favorites against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Total of 6 in this spot. I moved on this game last night. I did a free pick video on this game last night. And this one here. We have this line opened up with Boston as minus 160 favorites. It's down to a 153, which kind of doesn't surprise me, which makes me wonder why I bet this game last night. Because I know a lot of people will see plus money next to Tampa Bay and probably be interested in them. Line opened up at a 6.5 at even money. It's down to a 6 at minus 114. So we've moved towards the under here as well as a move towards the Lightning, with 31% of the tickets and 54% of the cash on the Lightning. 1,900 tickets in. 47% of the tickets, 57% of the cash on the over in this game as well. And I see value here with the Bruins, and I get it. It's a big number, but whether it's Ullmark or Swayman, I don't care. They're 2 of the top 7 expected goals against, goals saved above average. They have 2 of the top 10 goaltenders in the league in their tandem, the Boston Bruins. So I don't care really who goes tonight. I have them projected as a 180, 185 favorite in this game, the Boston Bruins. I took their minus 1 at minus 104, the Boston here. And one thing we've noticed with Boston is they generally step up at home against good competition is something I like to see as well. And Tampa Bay is coming in off of they're coming in off of that win 4-2 against Columbus. This is the last game of a 4-game road trip for them. They head back home in their next game and play, I want to say Colorado. They play Colorado in their next game. Which I think the time to back Tampa Bay would probably be against Colorado at home in their first game back there. They lost their first 2 games of the road trip 3-1 and 6-2, the Islanders and the Rangers, before beating Columbus there 4-2. And Boston is coming in off of an embarrassing loss at home, shut out against the Washington Capitals 3-0 as minus 275 favorites in this game. I look for them to bounce back in this spot. And you know what I say, bounce backs are for good teams. And Boston Bruins are an elite team in the NHL. So I look for them to bounce back here. I'm on the Bruins minus 1 at minus 104. I'm on a bunch of minus 1s today, I noticed, but I like some favorites today. And that's my best way of backing them. So Bruins -1 for me at -104. I like Boston in this spot. Let's see. Oh, nope. We're here. There we go. Magic +3.5 when I bet it. There you go. I got OKC -2.5 last night. Basketball, Butler, Providence, George Washington, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Texas A&M, LSU, and Colorado State. Good luck. OKC 107.5, Magic -124. That's my simulation. OKC is dead. Fair. Tampa needs a road win, but Bruins are coming in off of getting shot out to Washington. Yeah, that's why I like it. That's why I like it here. And I like New Mexico money line. There you go. Under 6.5 in this game. It's down to a 6. I understand why it has Bruins money line and Kings money line. I actually do like that. I know you're being sarcastic, but I actually don't mind that at all. In that game, you can Kings, Bruins, Islanders, Predators. You can do any of those. I'm fine with them. Fading the leaves on early in weeknight home games early in the week is never a bad idea. Yeah, those are generally the games they like to lay an egg in. So there you go. Lightning versus Bruins over. I can see it. Yeah. Can't get these dang start times down. I'm here though. You're all good. Tuesday, Thursdays are the only shows that don't start at 10:30. They start at 10 because I have class at 11. So Bruins puck line and over 6.5. Yeah. 2-leg lay plus 508 Blues and Ducks, both money lines there. Good luck. We'll head into the next one here. Seattle Kraken, New York Islanders in this one. Islanders -155 favorites. Total 6 in this game. Islanders off of a bad loss on Saturday here, but let's get into the line history in this one here. Line opened up at a 155. It stayed put at a 155. Line opened up at a 6. It's down to a 5.5 now, so we are seeing 5.5s with this game. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 80% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the Islanders. Very limited samples, actually 3,400 tickets in. 50% of the tickets, 96% of the cash on the under as well. The line's gone to a 5.5 in this one. Let's take a look at my projections for this game, which my projections for this one here, we have Grubauer and Sorokin, or at least I'm assuming it's Sorokin. Varlamov went last game. I have the Islanders here sitting around. I project them around a 180 favorite in this game. This is very similar to that Boston game where I have them projected like that. And I have this game projected for 6.15 goals. So at a 5.5, I'm actually kind of leaning over the total here in this game. The Islanders are coming in rested. They played on Saturday, and they got beat 5-2 against the Calgary Flames. It was their first loss outside the All-Star break, where they started off with a 3-2 win against Toronto. They beat Tampa Bay 6-2, and then they lost to Calgary 5-2. And this will be their last game until Saturday the 18th, I want to say. Or the last game until the 17th. There, the next time the Islanders play will be the Stadium Series game. Seattle on a back-to-back. They've lost 3 in a row. They've lost back-to-back games out of the All-Star break. 3-2 to Philly, 3-1 to Tampa or to New Jersey. They do head to Boston after this, which we've seen them have success against Boston. The Seattle Kraken here, but this has been a series where it's kind of been split down the middle between these two teams. They've played 5 times. Seattle's won 3 of them. I think this is a bad situation. They used the cord last night, so it's going to be Grubauer today. And I see value on the Islanders here in this spot. I took the -1 line at +112 with New York. And I look for the Islanders to continue to play well under Patrick Waugh. The blue line is finally healthy with the Islanders. I think they're more of a bet on team than a bet against team going forward. This is a must-win game, I think, for the Islanders type of situation. They're getting a team that's below the playoff line on a back-to-back with their backup goaltender on a road trip where they have one more game left. This is an Islanders spot if I've ever seen one, so they need to win this matchup here. I think they do. I took the -1 here with the Islanders. -1 +112 is what I end up getting here with New York in this spot. see. Kraken is average 1 point per game on the road. Less really. Islanders at home. Yeah. Island boys and brag. I can definitely see that. Over 5.5. I'm leaning that over. I'm leaning that over. He says, I don't know, low-key like the Kraken tonight. I do not like the Kraken tonight. Definitely not a spot I'm looking to get involved with there. Just not a great spot for the Kraken. Got the under 6.5 Capitals Avalanche. I can definitely lean that way for this spot. And then should have started Philip Grubauer yesterday. Yeah, they very well could have. They very well could have started Grubauer yesterday, but I'm happy they didn't. We'll move here. We'll move on here. We have the Carolina Hurricanes and the Dallas Stars. Minus 115 for the Stars. Total 6.5 in this game. And I thought heading into this game that I was going to be able to get a nice plus price tag with the Carolina Hurricanes and maybe take a shot with them here in this spot, but that is not what we're getting here in this one. Let's get into the line history in this spot here, where it opened up with the Dallas Stars as minus 130 favorites. So we could have gotten a nice price with the Hurricanes early. But that immediately went, that dropped all the way down to plus 101 now for the Hurricanes. Minus 130 for the Stars. It's now down to a minus 114. Line opened up at a 6.5 at even money. It's now a 6.5 at minus 102. So we've had a move towards the over, and we've had a move towards the Carolina Hurricanes in this game here. We have 63% of tickets, 63% of cash on the Hurricanes, 1,000 tickets in though. So very limited sample size, but money's moving this line towards the Hurricanes. 86% of the tickets and 87% of the cash on the under here as well. I have this game projected at a pick 'em. I was hoping to get a nice plus price tag here with Carolina and take a shot with the Hurricanes, but at a pick 'em, I don't see much value here on that line. And I have this game projected for around 6.34 goals, so that 6.5 number feels about right. I'm projecting on during Kochetkov in this matchup here. Carolina got the win last game. They've been playing much better as of late, and I think this is a team that can catch the New York Rangers for the Metro Division if Kochetkov starts playing if Kochetkov plays the way that they hope he will. The draw could be an interesting game. These two teams have gone to overtime in 3 straight meetings against each other, and 5 of their last 9. And so maybe the draw can be an interesting look here in this spot. I would lean Hurricanes if I had to bet this game, but no play for here for me. Under 6.5. Canes money line, they are on a heater. I can only look Carolina in this game if I'm looking to bet the side. But no. I wanted a little bit more plus money. Stars under 6.5. There you go. We'll keep on moving on here. This is the last game I have a bet on at the moment, and I don't like the way this line's moving because I played a -1 line, and now I could have just bet the money line, but we'll get into it here. Nashville Predators and the New Jersey Devils. This line opened up at a 140. It's down to a 125. Line opened up at a 6.5 at -108. It's now at 6.5 at -101. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a decent move towards the Devils in this game as well. Looking at the cash flow, we have 42% of the tickets and 89% of the cash on the Devils, 4,100 tickets in. So that explains why the line's moving the way it is. I think people just seeing Devils plus money and they want it. So I think the Devils are still an overrated hockey team at the moment. I get it, they won last night, but now they have to travel to Nashville. 73% of the tickets, 52% of the cash on the over in this game as well. Line has moved towards the over in this game. And I have this game priced way higher for Nashville. I have Vanacek projected in net against Saros. And I have the Preds around a 160, 165 favorite in this game. When they were minus 135, I played the -1 line for the Preds at plus 117. I wish I waited. I would have played just the money line at minus 125 now. And not worried about a -1 line, but it is what it is. I did not expect this line to move against me like it has. I just think this is a terrible spot here for the New Jersey Devils. This is their 3rd game in 4 days as well. They've traveled. They were at home last night. Now they're in Nashville today. They played an overtime game on Saturday. And on the flip side, the Preds are coming in off of an OT win in their first game back from the All-Star break, 5-4 over the Coyotes, where they trailed 4-2 in the third period in that game. That was a heartbreaker there for the Coyotes money line. Also, this has just been a pure domination by the Preds. 8 straight wins against these New Jersey Devils. So I see value here with the Predators here in this spot in a matchup where they've dominated in the past. I got the -1 line. I'm kind of pissed I didn't get just the -125 money line in this spot. But I like the Preds here in this game. I got the -1 line at +117. 3-2 type of game. Yeah. Preds are so boring to watch. They could be. Predators and the under. Yeah. This game is going to be probably a very flat, boring game. Yeah. Preds should not be favored. I disagree. They should be favored by more. This is a bad spot for the Devils. I think that this should be a -160 for the Preds. I think we're getting a very nice number on the Preds here in this one. We'll keep on moving on here. This is a game I wanted the under in, but when it was a 6, not a 5.5, we have the Chicago Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks in this game. We have the Canucks as -270 road favorites in this spot, total of 5.5 in this game. Now, we've seen from the Blackhawks, they are a scrappy team at home, and we'll get into that here. This line opened up at a 275 or -316 plus 275 for the Blackhawks, -316 for the Canucks, and it's dropped all the way to a -265. So we've had a big move towards Blackhawks in this game, which I 100% agree with. Line opened up at a 6. It's now down to a 5.5 in this spot here. And we'll take a look here at the cash flow, where we have 68% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on these Chicago Blackhawks. But I mean, who's laying -270? You're taking the puck line, and if that's the case, and 78% of the tickets are on the puck line for the Canucks, but 63% of the cash is on the puck line for the Blackhawks, and that's kind of where I'm leaning in this game. I'm not somebody who likes to take +1.5 puck lines. I think I've taken one all year, but I think this is a good spot to take a +1.5 puck line on the Chicago Blackhawks here in this game at -115. When we look at this matchup here, the Blackhawks have been so good at least covering puck lines at home. They are 15-9 on the puck line at home this year, and these two teams have already played twice this year. Vancouver won both those matchups 4-3 and 2-0. Vancouver was a -400 favorite and a 420 favorite in that last game in that 2-0 win. The Blackhawks have not been winning. This is why I'm probably staying off the money line. This is probably why I would only look towards the puck line here for the with the Blackhawks. And I think I'm going to move on this +1.5 at -115 because this is what they've done at home. 4-3 loss in overtime against the Rangers. A 2-1 loss against the Minnesota Wild. They beat the Islanders 4-3 in overtime. They beat the Sharks 4-3 in overtime. They lost 3-1 to Dallas, but that was an empty netter late in the game. They lost 2-1 to Winnipeg, 2-1 to Edmonton. They beat the Flames 4-3. They beat the Jets 2-1. They had a 5-2 loss against Montreal, but 3-2 against Colorado. 4-3 loss against the Canucks. This is a Blackhawks team where, since they've been missing Bedard, all they've really done was cover home puck lines. And I'm just going to take the +1.5 here. I'm not going to take them to win this game. I'm just going to take the +1.5 at -115 with the Blackhawks here, because all they've been doing is covering puck lines at home, and they haven't been winning games, but they've been playing close, competitive games. And that's what I'm going to ask them to do for me here tonight, is play a close, competitive game. Blackhawks +1.5, -115 for me here in this spot. Let's take a look. Preds have 2 guys, and they aren't the Oilers. Okay. And Preds -2.5. Yep, I can look towards that. Devils are different at home. Average 1.6 point goal on the road. There you go. 3-2 for who? Sletty's asking. Blackhawks money line. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Canucks plus money line parlay. Yeah, money line parlay. Okay, you know my play. Blackhawks team total under if Demko is confirmed in net. It wouldn't surprise me to see them put DeSmith in net for this game. Would it shock you to see they put the backup in for a game against the Blackhawks? Blackhawks money line. Yup. Canucks -1.5 if I was to bet it, or Canucks and reg. Fair enough. I just took the puck line for that. So a +1.5. And I don't do that. I don't do +1.5 very often. I hate +1.5 bets, but when a team is covering the way they are, I'll take a shot with that. Detroit Red Wings are at the Edmonton Oilers here, last game of the night. -210 favorites are the Oilers, total of 6.5 in the spot. My initial thoughts was I want to back the Oilers in the spot following that loss against that shutout loss against the Kings. And then I saw this price. I'm like, yeah, let's get into it here. Taking a look at the line history in this spot where we saw the Oilers here open up at a -210 favorite. It's now -217. So we've had a move towards the Oilers here in this spot. Line opened up at a 6.5 at -126. It's now at 6.5 at -122. So we have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the Oilers in this one here. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one here, we have 94% of the tickets and 80% of the cash is on the Oilers. The lines move towards them there. 71% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the over as well. And the line has, I believe, not moved or barely moved in that game. There on the total. It's moved slightly towards the under, which is kind of interesting there. My projection for this game has this game projected for an under. I think that an under could be actually a really nice look in this game. The only thing is I don't want an under after the Oilers were just shut out in their last game. I do have the Oilers favored in this game, kind of obviously, but I have them more like a -175 favored in this game rather than minus on a 210 rather than a 210, 220 range. And the Red Wings are not a team I particularly want to lay big numbers against, even though I do think that they're a little bit of an overrated team when it comes to it. They might be not overrated, overachieving team when it comes to it a little bit here. But I would only look towards an under in this game if I were to make a bet on this spot. So lean under, no play for me here in this one at all. And of course they're vacuuming in this area. Great. I can only bet the under on this. Yeah. Over 6.5. And Oilers and rank. There you go. Tim is still not here yet. Tim, you said you're on your way home. Where are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Oilers will shut them down under 6.5. I could definitely see the Red Wings getting shut down defensively. Absolutely, I could. We'll move into the NBA. Oh, there we go. There's Tim. Perfect timing. He's in the backstage. You've made it.
Sorry, I was getting a couple of things done while you were talking hockey because I didn't bet any hockey today. So I wanted to just get a couple of – I'm getting all my NBA plays up on the side. I was doing all that stuff while you were talking hockey. And I was listening to you as you were doing it. So
fair enough. We'll quickly go over this game. Then I got to piece out. This is one of those games that I projected some value on. There's two spots I'm kind of looking at for dogs, but this is one of them here. The Boston Celtics are 9-point road dogs or 9-point road favorites. Total 228 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history as I have to switch over to the NBA in this one here. And let it take forever to load. There we go. Where this line opened up with Boston as a 9.5, it's down to a 9. It did get down to an 8.5 at one point. It's been a little bit of back up to the 9. Line opened up at a 231.5. It's down to a 228. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Nets in this game from 9.5 down to a 9. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. And it looks like the sharp money coming in on the Nets, only 31% of the tickets, but 38% of the cash. So it looks like the public a little bit on these Celtics. The lines come down a little bit here. And then we have 64% of the tickets and 52% of the cash is on the under in this game, 11,158 tickets in. I'm interested in Brooklyn in this spot. I have them projected around a 6.5, 7 range. So I see value here with the Nets. What's your thoughts on this game? I'm interested in backing Brooklyn in this spot against the Celtics here.
I'm involved in some doggy action today. None in this game. Not in this game. I have 3 plays today, so yeah, I actually bet half the slate. But I looked at this one. This is a Nets team that's starting to play a little bit better, coming off of a blowout win versus San Antonio, but not really a spot that I want to go after them. And I'm never laying 9 points on the road. So for me in this one, I'm just gonna leave off this game. Actually, my 3 games are 3 out of the 4 later games. So
there you go.
I'm gonna pass on this one right now.
I'm going to move on it here before I head on out. Smaller bet on the money line, but +9 for me with Brooklyn. This was one of the ones I had circled. And I think the only other one I'm really interested in backing is the Miami Heat today. I have to take a little bit deeper of a look into that game. But I'm interested in the Miami Heat as well. But Brooklyn, +9, +305 for me in this spot. But I'm gonna head out now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes to your Heat play, by the way. So there you go. Real quick before you leave, point out where you are in the chat.
There we go.
Thank you. Boston S un cheese. Okay. I could see the Nets getting this. Tim, Joe, Spurs and Bulls won. Did you see the did anybody see the stat line last night for Victor Wembanyama, his triple-double? 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 blocks. It's insane, dude. Celtics 118, Nets 108. The line is on the money. Celtics could crush them. Could. I got you. Neta Yorman. So you like the Nets tonight. Got it. Let's keep on rolling. And this one should be a good game. It's 2 teams that I've loved to bet on this year. And that being said, I'm going to end up staying off this game. The Oklahoma City Thunder are a 3-point favorite against the Magic. 223.5 is the total. This is a lean towards the Magic. For me, it is a lean towards Orlando. Is it something I'm going to go after? No. I love to bet on both these teams throughout the year. Both of them have made me a lot of money. Whenever I get 2 teams that I really like that are going up against each other, I don't know. I normally don't bet the game just because it's hard to choose between the 2 unless there's a real specific spot on something. And right now, there's not really any situational spots on either team. I will say Orlando's gotten back to their winning ways, winning 5 out of 6, which is nice to see for Orlando. Oklahoma City, I still believe is a top 2 team in the West because I still believe it's Denver and OKC as the top 2 teams in the West. It would be a lean towards Orlando, but I did not get involved. On the Ducks in regulation, +200. CLV line dropped to +170 overnight. There you go. Who do you like out of Boston, the Lightning? Nick is on the Bruins. Nick's on the Bruins. Bruins and reg. Kane Stars draw. Good luck to that one. I did not bet any hockey today. Magic, let's ride. OKC over one. OKC 107.5. Magic 124. Just a score recap. I don't know. That's kind of UNC, Virginia, Texas A&M. I'm on Cuse today. I did free picks videos on that one. I'm on Cuse today. Virginia. Who does Virginia got today? Against Pitt. I almost went Pitt. I'll be honest. I almost went Pitt today. Didn't touch it though. And then A&M against Vanderbilt. Fine. I see that those are all bigger favorites, and you're doing a money line parlay. That's fine. It will be a struggle for OKC. Hey, it's a road game. All road games could definitely be struggles. Jacket sends over. Providence -1. I leaned Providence, didn't bet it. Pitt or nothing. Yeah, it's Pitt or nothing against Virginia for me. I'm not betting Virginia there. This is a spot that I like. We're going to be looking at the Heat and the Bucks. Bucks are 8.5-point favorites. 222 is the total in this one. I'm on the Heat. I'm on the Heat plus 8.5. This is a Bucks team that's coming off of a big double-digit win against the defending champion Denver Nuggets. Big win last night. Now they're on a second leg of a back-to-back, and I think it's a huge letdown spot. I would also lean towards an under in this game. just because I think it's going to be a closer game. You got a Heat team that has covered in 5 out of their last 6 games. There's a team that's covering. Now, why is the spread crazy like this? No Jimmy Butler. So that's a big thing there. That's why the spread is that wide. But at the same time, I don't really care. I will be grabbing the Miami Heat. I got them plus 8.5 in this one versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee. I do not like Milwaukee. So Mike Trout MVP futures would be dead in the water. Decent enough odds for a 0.1 unit sprinkle. I'm not betting that. I'm not betting it. Adley Rutschman's going to be your MVP in the AL. There you go. I like this game as well because, once again, it's another kind of these letdown spots. Minnesota and Portland. Portland is a 8.5-point dog with a total of 215. I like Portland in this matchup. And no, it's not because I don't hate the Timberwolves. They're coming off of a big win, a 21-point win versus the Clippers in LA. Did not see that one coming. Now they kind of get Portland, which is kind of like a letdown spot for this one. They do get Portland twice. I will say that. They get Portland twice, which I think they'll have a better game in the second one. I'm not saying Portland wins this game. I'm saying this one is close enough for the Minnesota Timberwolves to cover. I will be taking for the Portland Trailblazers to cover. I got Portland. I got them at plus 9. So I like Portland in this one. What you think about the Blackhawks game tonight? I think they'll play hockey. I didn't bet any hockey. What do you like in NHL? Kings all day. Nothing's freer than that. I'm kidding. Go Sabres. I'm not betting anything in the NHL tonight. I'm not really with college basketball going on right now, with the NBA going on right now. I'm looking more into baseball. I'm not really touching hockey right now. It hasn't been good for me this year. I'm not going to keep betting it. Blazers could cover. They have been covering, not touching it though. That's fair. It's more of a fade of the Timberwolves after a big win last night. So here's the last game that I'm not going to be touching for tonight. The Kings and the Suns. The Suns are 5-point favorites in this one with a total of 245.5. I would lean Kings. Obviously, I really do like this Kings team. They are struggling right now. They've lost 3 out of their last 4. Their only win recently was against the Nuggets, and it was a blowout win against the Nuggets. That was also the Nuggets the day after the Laker game. And the Suns are actually putting some wins together. They've won 3 out of their last 4, 5 out of their last 6, 5 out of their last 7. So this is a Suns team that's actually winning games now. I would lean towards the Kings still, just because I'm getting a nice spread. The Kings have been really solid against the spread this year, especially on the road. The Suns have not been good against the spread at all this year, so it would be a look towards the Kings, but did not ultimately bet this game. Baylor? Who's Baylor got today? I think it was a lean Baylor for us. Where's Baylor? Baylor against Oklahoma. Yeah, I think it was a lean Baylor for us, but we did not get to it. Let's head to the final game of the night. We get the Lakers hosting the Pistons. The Lakers are, 10.5-point favorites in this one with a total of 241.5. Yeah, I'm on the Pistons. This has been a Pistons team that's been covering lately. What can I say? They've covered in 6 out of their last 7 games. This has been a little bit of a resurgence. Now they've won 3 out of they're 3-4 their last 7 games, so they're actually winning games now. They've won 8 games this year. They still are having a really, really rough year, 8-44. I'm not saying that they win this game outright on the road. I got them plus 10.5 here against the Lakers. I just don't believe the Lakers should be this big of favorites. Plus, I believe the Lakers have a second leg of a back-to-back in Utah tomorrow. So I think that might be a look ahead spot towards Utah, just because, hey, we could easily beat Detroit. Let's focus on Utah tomorrow. It would be a lean. I'm on the Pistons to end out my card for sure in this one. Suns for me. Kings have been solid on the road, but I like the Suns in the spot. Good luck. Was leaning under. Somehow the Suns are going to score 122.5 points. I'm not betting that game. Pistons got a decent team. No, they do not. No, they do not. That is all the games for today. We'll go ahead and do a quick little recap before we head on out. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. Let me quickly pull this. Bang! YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all of that link down below. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, all the college basketball plays, I wish there's 4 of them today, are going to be up there in a little bit, along with whatever Nick puts up on the site for hockey as soon as he does that. And then the NBA plays. So all that stuff will be up there as they are normally. Recap time. For me in the NBA, it's Heat, it's Blazers, and Pistons. So it looks like an absolutely beautiful night for me. Just betting against Lakers all the time, right? Supness, Lex. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.